married my sister, now we're living together. Roommates in love.
Low that time.
That was pretty good. I think we both kind of went low, and I didn't hate it.
I think it worked out well. I'm Timmy Smee.
I'm Tommy Brian.
And we're not
in-laws,
good
friends.
Hey, that worked out pretty
That
nice.
was pretty good, dude.
Hey, we're the Sake Boys today.
I was gonna cheers you with my mic for a second.
Let's
it's bumping mics.
There we go. Boy, we didn't even choreograph that, Tomas.
I don't think that's what choreograph means.
Yeah, huh?
Choreograph is dance.
No, but it's the same thing. I can use choreograph there.
We didn't write it, plan it.
Choreograph
We
works.
can go with choreograph. Sure,
plays.
I guess. I'm
not backing down on this
All
one.
right.
Hey, if you're a professional dancer, hit us up.
Yeah. Would a planned? I think write is the word you're looking for. We didn't write it.
No, I'm going choreograph.
Okay. All right.
100% that plays. You can choreograph anything. I'm using choreograph in more of an abstract way.
Okay,
Tom.
see, as a classically trained dancer, it's hard for me not to picture it as dance.
See, well, as a classically trained thinker, I'm more of an abstract guy.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not just in the con. See, now I can't think of a good
You're
word.
Not confined. You're not confined to the true meaning of words.
Yeah. What am I gonna do? Go by the definition, Tom? Think
Dictionary,
again, dude.
schmictionary.
Think a fucking again.
Yeah.
We're back at Bleecker St Studios. We're
One day left in New York for the kid.
Oh, and then you're back to Columbus, Ohio.
No, North Carolina.
And then
Raleigh,
you're back
North
to
Carolina.
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Dude, I called it Raleigh like last week to my
Right.
roommate who's from South Carolina, and he laughed out loud in a way that I was like, this isn't a 90s movie. Relax.
Well, I was about to
dude."
say, those are probably fighting words from people.
I guess. I was just like, yeah, we're going to Raleigh. And he was like, I was like, all right,
Oh, you're like,
calm down.
you could have just said, no, it's actually
It's
Raleigh.
Raleigh. Don't say that while you're there, maybe.
They'll hate it.
Yeah.
You know, you could, I know you are going to say it. You're going to go, hey, look, I said this to my, is this like a
On
big
stage?
deal?
Yeah. And I'm going to get
And people are going to go,
all-
oh, no, that's right. Yeah, and then you're going to go,
And
well,
I'm
at
gonna
least I'm not from Bedford.
Yeah. Don't do my ass. At least I'm not from Waterloo.
Not like those assholes over at Waterloo.
God.
Wait, before we get off on some long tangent, we have to tell the story that we said we were going to tell
On the last
on the
pod.
last POD.
Yeah, it's one of my least favorite stories to tell.
It is embarrassing.
It's you guys is the worst.
And I think we've
thing.
already told it. But we
Did
kind
we?
of have to tell it.
All right, we'll do a sped up version of it.
That's the one everybody loves. All right. We'll do
All
a
right, we'll just-
half-hearted version
We'll
of
just
it.
do like a really bad, unfunny version of the worst story that we have together.
Who did I tell this? Oh, you know what? I recently told this to my parents.
Oh, what did they think?
They were more upset that I was taking an Uber to a horrifying, scary part of town. I don't know if that's the way to describe it.
Yeah, it's not.
To a scary part of town is okay.
It's an unknown area for
An
us.
unknown area.
Yeah.
Oh, for us.
Yeah.
Oh, that's even worse.
Well, no. Had you ever been that far on the south side?
Well, Tom, come on.
It was unknown to me.
It was uncharted territory.
Absolutely.
There we go.
All right. Basically, what happened was this is the middle of the pandemic, June 2020. A lot of protests going down in Chicago. A lot of
Tension.
A lot of tension for sure.
Some would even call it racial tension.
Oh yeah.
I think most people call it that.
And we were looking for a way to help out. And one of our friends threw out.
I love just how viscerally I could feel that you hate
I
this
hate
story.
this story so much. It makes me feel so uncomfortable and bad about myself.
Well, it's very
so
very
embarrassing.
embarrassing.
All right. So one of our friends was like, there's a cleanup after one of the protests that we could go help with. So Monday afternoon.
Afternoon. We'll say afternoon. Afternoon starts at 12 p.
It's much afternoon.
Well, I'll say because I had woken up minutes before this, so that my big argument is the morning is 3 hours after you wake up.
That's true.
It doesn't matter when you wake up at 5 p. It's morning until 8 p.
That's the rules you live by.
So in our minds, I'm roping you into this.
I had worked a full day.
So in our minds,
So basically, we all are gonna go to this. Remember, it was the cleanup was supposed to be just on the west side, pretty close to where we were.
In a little neighborhood, in a tough neighborhood called Wicker Park.
Really tough neighborhood. One of the most famously gentrified neighborhoods in Chicago.
Honestly, I think we agreed to just go fold shirts at the Gap.
I think that was it. It was like they could use our help. They lost a front window.
I think they're a little short-staffed today. We're like, wait, are we just going to do work for the Gap? They're like, yeah, that's kind of all y'all are good for.
Yeah, can you? That's in the big and tall section.
It just took two of us to fold a big shirt.
Yeah, and we're like, damn, these are trying times. Man,
boy, we're really all feeling it.
Can't wait to tell my kids about this.
About the time that you helped out. So we're going to Wicker Park.
We pop in the Uber.
We got a little threesome going. We got me, the young man, and our good friend Greg Kennedy.
Three of the whitest people you've ever seen in your
Three
whole
very
life.
white men. And what?
What was the other term that was going to come? Three very white.
I was going to say comrades because
idiots.
we were all pretty.
Oh yeah, we were up in arms.
I mean, we were pissed.
Yeah, we were ready to. I was ready to fight a cop or fold several shirts.
I wasn't pissed enough to wake up before 2 p.m. It wasn't really grinding my gears that hard.
I mean, I still was getting a solid 12 hours.
My dreams were fucked up though.
Oh,
So we're in the car. God, you hate this fucking story.
I really
kind
do.
of love how just obviously
visceral it is.
uncomfortable.
Yeah,
like, you're
dude, I
so
really-
uncomfortable. There's nobody in here.
because I rethink that there's nobody in here. No, there's just a lot of people listening.
Right. That's how podcasts work. I'm like, hey, Tom, it's fine. It's just us
It's
in here,
just
bro.
us right here talking into
Let's
microphones.
put the mics down. It was.
We hop in an Uber and then we get an update right as we get in the Uber from our friend who was quarterbacking the whole thing and not with us.
Not come to find out, I think he was also in bed.
He might have been in bed too. And we get a new address. He goes, that one's already done. They already cleaned up. Here's the new one. Sends us an address. I plug it into Uber, and you always describe this, but like when you plug in a new address to Uber and it zooms out into like now it's showing the whole city.
Yeah, and you're like, oh, so we're going far away now.
It was an hour to
Yeah.
get there. An hour, and I'm like, ooh, this is deep Southside
You're like,
Chicago.
oh, that's not going the direction I usually go.
I've never been down there, but it was like, all right.
Never done that.
And it was none of us wanted to say
That's the
it's
big.
too far.
That's a part that was embarrassing. This is how people like die. Because sometimes people are so much more willing to do something they shouldn't than to be perceived as like impolite,
Racist.
rude,
We were like,
scared.
that would be racist, right? If we were just like, no, we can't go
No,
down
we're-
there.
I
So
mean-
none of us said anything.
We're like, well, certainly we're willing to help, but not all the way down there.
It's an hour. we took a road trip with this Uber driver, and we get dropped off
97th and Ashland.
97th and Ashland, and there is not there's no one around.
There was, I mean, a literal, what are they called? A
Tumbleweed.
A tumbleweed went by, but it was just Burger King wrappers and like needles of shit. And it was. I mean, we get out of the car. We're out of the car. This is not like an exaggeration. We were out of the car for how long?
Less than a minute.
No, I'm saying when we got out and the guy.
Yeah,
that was
less
a
than 1
really
minute.
first alarm bell. No, when we got out of the car and our driver hauled
Oh,
ass
yeah.
out of there. It
Yeah.
wasn't like, let me put my blinker on and I'm going to hang a right at this red. Hauled ass away
Screeched
from
his
us.
tires.
And that, I was like, okay, that's rut-row. That's the first one.
And then less than a minute later, another car pulls up and just goes, "What the fuck are you guys doing here?"
We thought.
And
There's
yeah,
no cleanup around. There's no remnants of a cleanup. There's no thing over there where there's like a table with a sign-up sheet that they're cleaning up. There's nothing.
I was kind of looking for a check-in table.
Yes, so was I.
And the reason why they were so suspicious of us too were one, we were three white dudes, but we also there was a lot of shit going on with the Chicago protests where there were white guys caught on camera like starting the riots.
Well, it was the stories where it was like undercover cops.
Yeah, it was like
were going
instigating.
in and like humming a brick through a window and then getting everything riled up and then being like,
And then
can you
beating the
believe
shit out
these
of people? Yeah.
protests? And so it's like
That's
this
what they
heavily
thought we were
suspicious thing.
doing.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
If I saw us walking down the street, I'd be like, These dudes are about to hum a brick at
These
somebody.
are cops for sure.
For sure. That guy's got a Space Jam hat on. Tom had a Space Jam
We didn't
hat
have to
on.
say who was wearing the Space Jam hat. One of
Everybody
us was.
knew. So, I mean, there's
Okay,
nothing.
you're wearing a bandana as a mask.
God.
That was not a great look.
That wasn't good either. I also had like a boombox on my shoulder, and I was like, just playing it cool with the fellas.
We're just playing like NWA. Fuck the police.
Everybody's like,
straight-
oh, no, yeah, those guys live here for sure. They seemed to let out of place until I saw the 80s boombox on his shoulder.
God. And then
So we're walking down the street. We have our we got our trash bags. Don't worry.
We have a couple trash bags.
Don't worry, guys. We're here to clean up structural damage with trash bags.
And like rubber gloves.
Rubber gloves. And these, we like had the heavy duty ones. We're like, oh no, these can carry up to like 12 to 14 pounds of rubbish. This is so embarrassing. We're cruising on down the street. There's nothing, there's no signs of a protest. There's no signs of rioting.
Clean looking neighborhood.
Well, I'm not going to go that far, but
I mean, there wasn't like trash.
well, I'm not going to go that
There was a
far
couple
either.
Taco Bell wrappers that we could have picked up.
Well, that's what Greg started bending down to pick up a wrapper. He's like, guess I'll just clean this up. And we're like, Greg, just stop it right now.
Put that down.
Put that down. So we're cruising on down the street. The same guy
Yeah, who stopped
that
us
pulled
and-
up on us before had clearly gone and made a U-turn and pulls up on us again. This time, he's got his phone out just recording all
Yep.
three of us.
Yep.
And he's going, what are y'all doing? This was the most embarrassing part.
What? Why?
God, this is what. So
What?
he pulls
oh,
up.
when
and,
we said we thought it was.
and we were like, well, you know, we thought there was a cleanup effort here. And he was like, don't you think? Don't you think the people that like that
The
live in
business
this
owners?
neighborhood, that depend on these businesses, that live in these homes, don't you think they'd have gotten up at 7 a.m. to clean stuff up?
It
if
was
there
about
was an
4
issue?
p.
It was about 4 p.
Yeah.
And we were like, yeah,
That's a good point. You weren't waiting for us, huh?
man, yeah. I guess they would have gotten up at the crack of dawn to clean up their belongings and life's work. We got there at 4.
It's so cringeworthy.
I got up at 2.
I remember leaving work and telling like my coworker that I was on a meeting with. I was like, yeah, if you're like, I'm going to this cleanup thing. If you want to come, thank God she didn't come. We didn't need more people.
No, we don't need more. This, I mean, this was what it was just classic white knighting.
White knighting. It was us looking to feel better about ourselves.
I mean, we could have called Uber Horse and just pulled up. Don't worry, everyone.
The cavalry is here. It's to this day like it gives me anxiety.
It's
thinking
so
about
embarrassing because you know that guy still tells that story. He's like, there's
it. He's like, I caught 3 cops
yes,
in
there
the
was
act.
a 0% chance he believed anything that came out of our
Oh
mouths.
yeah, and then we ordered an Uber, and that guy picked us up. First thing he said to us,
Fuck are y'all doing here?
yeah, we said, we thought there was music. It's cranked to 100.
Turns it up to volume 1000 and doesn't say a word to us for an hour.
Yep.
On the way back to, and then he
Lincoln
drops us
Park.
off. Yeah, I mean, like, my anxiety went down when I saw people like eating brunch. When I
And
saw
we
people
made him-
cheersing like
We
mimosa
made him
glasses, I was
drive
like,
us back up to Lincoln Park, middle of Lincoln Park.
yeah.
It's horrific.
And then we're like, thanks so much. And he was like, fuck off.
Yeah, that was so anyways, are you guys happy?
Are you
that
happy
you
now?
made us tell that story?
Pieces of shit. We were trying. We were just really naive and misinformed.
And we could have just, sometimes it is better to just maybe donate.
Maybe hit the donate button.
Maybe get out the credit card.
Maybe it's not time for us to show up
With
on
trash
97th and Ashland. I mean, there were comics from the South Side that I told that story to, and they were like, you are out of your
yeah.
mind.
Oh yeah.
No one goes to 97th and Ashland. Cops don't go to 97th and Ashland. Much
Well,
like
we
that
did
scene
that.
in Training Day that I'm
Wow.
glad you've seen now.
Yeah. Overrated movie.
Oh, my God. I mean, so that
You have to watch
was-
Hot Rod. If I had to watch Training Day, you have to watch
No,
Hot
I
Rod.
100%. I'll never disagree with that. I need to. I've seen it. I haven't really digested it.
Okay.
Haven't really taken it in.
You haven't really watched it. You've
Now
seen it. You've really,
that's a fair point.
yeah.
I can't hit any riffs with you on Hot Rod.
No, it's tough. I'm really swaying on
Yeah, I
some
know.
of them, and they're not.
I always
I
know it's a
almost
Hot
just did
Rod
one
riff.
right there.
I know you're about to hit one because you say it confidently with a big smile, and I'm like, I got no context for that one.
Yeah, that one's Sandberg.
That was
for
Hot
sure.
Rod.
I forgot it's Bill Hader too. I was saying the cast the other day.
The cast is literally untouchable.
Yeah,
And here I am.
it's a great movie. Same with
know.
Pop Star, Never Stop, Never Stopping.
I don't know where that happened in my life, but it really missed me.
Okay, let's see. I got a day left in New York, dude. So it's kind of chilly and rainy out right now,
Pretty gross.
and these are the days that so you kind of bundle up and you're out there and you're hustling, so you're working up a little sweat. You get in the subway and it's 98 degrees down there,
It's thick and you're wet.
and you're wet. I mean, I was on the train getting a little bit of like the fuck, like really sweating.
But that's what really sucks about this place known as New York City is that, like, you see some people going around and you're like, it looks like you looked nice 3 hours ago.
Yes,
But you look grizzly.
you look disheveled.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, maybe splash some water on your face.
No, it's like that might have been what got them there. Somebody stepped in a puddle, splashed water on their face, said "fuck you."
I know, I'm like, I don't know
and
if
your family.
you like look wet but out of shape, and I don't know. It's a very odd look you got,
It can beat the shit out of you in about 20 minutes.
and it always does. You never get through unscathed.
No.
I've never gotten to my destination and been like, kind of nailed that one.
Oh, that was smooth.
Unless I was like getting out of an $83 Uber.
Yeah. Well, we hit a train the other day. We got there and walked right on,
That's not bad.
and then it took off. Remember, that was fun. That was a fun little New York mo.
That always feels like
And
you're
then-
like, yeah, kind of timed that one perfectly.
It's kind of like, yeah, I know. I mean, I know what I'm doing.
Sure. You know what I like doing? I like having to hit a bit of a jog to get on it.
And then the door closes right as. Worst is when you hit the little jog and then the door doesn't close and it like stays for a second.
and you kind of like onto the train,
Yeah.
and then it sits there for 4 minutes. And
And
you're
you're
like,
like, all right, I gotta.
But the beauty of New York is nobody even looks at you.
No one cares. That's what I've been said, dude. I love when you hit an emotion in New York, like with New York crowds, and they're like I've just been saying, you can cry in New York, and no one bugs you.
No one knows.
It's so like, if I walk by someone, I mean, you walk by people like screaming at walls.
100%.
So someone like crying is not gonna be.
They're like, oh, they're actually having a pretty decent day.
Yeah, I'm like, that person seems like she has her shit together. Seems like a logical cry.
You're looking around, and you're like, yeah, sure. You absolutely should be crying in this environment.
I love that. It's you really can do a lot of things and no one notices.
Chicago is a little different. Chicago is like if you stumble upon a crazy person, which there were for sure.
Yeah, not as much.
But you could see people kind of being like, uh-oh,
Yeah, everyone.
we got a crazy one.
Yeah, everyone's noticing and judging and taking a long circle
Here,
around.
people are, you just kind of sit right next to them on the train.
Yeah,
It's weird to see somewhere where like, I know you make north of $500,000 a year, and you're sitting next to a man actively peeing his pants.
it is so weird to be like you're in the 0.3% of wealth in the United States, but you still can't escape Mr. Poop Pants.
You
next
can't,
to
you never will, because it makes more sense to ride
take
the
the train.
subway.
Yeah. Unless you have like a driver.
Yes.
That other than that, you're
on the subway.
faster on the train.
I got to get a driver.
I was thinking about it. What if we just got like one of our friends?
I wonder what a driver costs you. What do you think a driver to be a member of a car service? What's that running you think?
I mean,
$5,000 a month?
when I say this, yeah, I truly have no concept of what that could
neither
cost.
do I.
Like at all. Like I don't even have a basis. I'm thinking you got to go hourly.
You
I'm
think
thinking
it's not like having them on retainer?
I would guess it's like. I was hoping you'd finish that.
Well, you
30,
started with
40 an hour.
30 or 40 an hour, but that's like a retainer thing for like 40 hours a week.
Yeah, maybe. It's like having a full-time employee.
Car Service NYC.
We're gonna get because you probably have to submit something to get a quote. You know how sales leads work.
Oh, now I got to accept cookies. You're not getting my cookies.
Get your hands off my goddamn cookies.
All right, I'm gonna do more
Safari.
research on this later because I am very interested. Because you do see, I've been really going balls deep on Succession again. New season coming out, I believe in March.
I should check out the first one.
God, there are things you say that anger me a lot. That's one of them.
Yeah.
It may be one of the
Succession?
best shows that's ever been created.
Yeah.
And
I've
then you got to
heard.
pop on the doc about the Murdochs. It's just a very interesting thing. But these people, they're always popping in and out of cars in the middle of Manhattan. I'm just wondering, what is that running you?
It's more than what we're gonna make for a long time.
Well, that's not my. I'm not one. I'm like, I mean, a few more
'cause,
decent
like-
weeks, and it's car service time.
Exactly. You're like, I get a couple of these road weekends on the books. I might get a car.
But I mean, I guess Uber is the dare I say the poor man's car service.
It's absolutely. You can even go to a Uber Black as a next step. You know,
I've never done the Uber Black.
I have on accident before.
Drunk.
Yeah.
I've gotten the Uber Black where it's cheaper than the regular Uber,
Oh, I've done that
You
before
ever-
too.
you ever
yeah.
seen that
well, that's
little
like an
number?
error in the app.
and I'm like, yes, thank you.
Yes, thanks. I did it the first time I was drunk in the L.A. airport.
Yes.
And it was the first time I flew to L.A. You have to walk. They make for normal priced Ubers. They make you walk to a parking lot.
Yeah.
You can. Oh.
Well, they kind of do that here, like leaving LaGuardia. You have
Oh,
to like
that's
go to
true,
that
actually.
garage and go to your little
Oh
area.
yeah. So it's very similar to that.
Yeah.
But you can order Uber Black right to the.
Right
To
to where
the
you
door,
leave
to
the.
the gate.
Okay.
So it is elitist.
That's a little pretentious.
Yeah, it's tough. It's like you get all these ugly fat peasants out of here.
Yeah, it's
I don't
like-
know why they're fat. It's LA. They're not fat.
They're not they're the hottest people of
They're
all time.
actually some of the skinniest people I've ever seen. They have
They're
eating
just
disorders.
somehow too good for a 2007 Highlander.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
And,
no, you're not.
I ordered one and I was a little tuned up and I was and I'm like halfway to my house and I'm like, that was $64. That costs almost as much as my flight.
Yeah.
And
What?
then I found out about the peasant.
Your
Yeah.
flight.
Yeah, I mean, no, it was about half.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
One-way
where's
flight, Chicago to LA. About
That's-
180.
That's not terrible. It's about a third.
It's about a third. It was actually exactly a third.
Damn, that was $8 more than my flight. Really? How much was your flight? About $260.
Wait, I had another thing on New York. Shit.
It's big.
Shit. A lot of material here. Well, I had a fun thing happen last night at a show. So the comic is on stage before me, and all of a sudden, back of the room, you hear a. And I turn and look, and there is about a 65-year-old man choking on a taco, legitimately going down, might die. And he kind of does the flailing thing. It looked like that I Think You Should Leave sketch when he's choking, where he kind of like flailed and like stumbled down the stairs. He's in an upstairs room. And he like kind of almost fell down the stairs, but got down there. And then someone gave him the Heimlich
Oh, shit.
and cleared out the chunk of, it was like a chunk of meat, I think.
Never seen somebody truly choke.
Neither have I. It was an ugly sound. The sound was horrifying.
Well, it's a man grasping for life.
Yeah.
It's a man literally fighting for his life.
I mean, it was kind of. It was really intense. Also, the way the room was set up, the spotlight on stage was so bright. Mike Racine's on stage. He can't see it. He's just like hearing like.
Oh, no. Did he riff on it?
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck is going on back there? You know, it's like you can't blame him.
No, you have to.
It
You're
was-
not like immediately like, oh, that man's not getting enough wind through his windpipe.
Yeah.
That's a man choking on a taco.
Oh man, he ordered the tacos.
Yeah.
Steak tacos. We'll do it.
This is terrifying.
Yeah, so he gets out of there, and like a couple people ran down the stairs. I assume they're hopefully
Comics,
medical
yeah.
people. No, not comics.
Obviously, comics went to help.
Yeah, I kind of just walked to the top of the stairs because he had enough help.
Every asshole comic. Let me ask you this. This is how you can tell comics are sick in the head.
Yeah.
What was your big riff?
No, all I said because I had to go on right after.
Yeah. So what was the big riff?
Oh, I just walked on. I just said he's fine because I had to get everyone's attention back. Everyone's talking and looking at the door.
Okay. Thank
So
God.
I was just like, "Hey, he's alive, by the way. He's good." And then he came back upstairs to grab his shit, and everyone like, I was like, "Yeah, we're glad you're okay."
Okay.
You know. And then and then he walked away, and I did just kind of say, what does the rest of your night look like? After
There we
that?
go. There it
And
is.
that got a big pop.
There's the
But I
riff.
was really thinking about that. Like, do you just go home and like sit on the couch?
Well, this is what sucks. I tried to write a bit about this. I still am. Always trying to write a bit about something. They
Trying to
never
get
work
a
out,
couple
though.
bits out.
I mean,
here.
can I get a bit? Near-death experiences get almost no respect.
Yeah, near death.
Yes,
Yeah,
because that man
he
almost
was really close to death.
If it was 6 more minutes of it not going the right way, that's a dead body.
Yeah,
But like he can't go anywhere and be like, "Hey, like I almost died earlier."
and they're like, "Well, you seem great now."
well, yeah, they're not going to be like, "Oh, well, here, you get 50% off, or take 2 days off of work, or whatever it is." It's
Yeah.
just like, okay, well, are you dead?
Yeah, great.
And they're like, "Well, no." And they're like, "Okay, well, shut up."
All right, well, sir, this is a CVS. So why don't you go ahead and check out and get the fuck out of here?
Like it gets no respect. Have you ever had one like where you were like, "Oh, damn, if I didn't," like it's one of those unconscious things where you cross the street,
Yeah, I almost got hit by a car.
and you almost got hit by a car, and you're like, I could have very easily died right there.
Yeah, that would have been it. I mean, yeah, I like slid right next to a truck on my bike one time, and I was like, "Ooh, that one was close."
No one cares.
Yeah,
And what, you were 8 minutes late to work, and they're like, "Hey, Tom."
yeah. And I was like, "Yeah, but I got a pretty good scratch on my leg.
I'm like, "Okay, but
Make some calls."
yeah, are you dead?" it's such a weird thing that you should get a day off.
If you can prove that you were that close to death,
I don't even think you have to. How on earth would you prove it?
I don't know. One of those cameras was recording.
That
like
poor
Comic said.
bastard. He has to go in there and be like, "Also, can I have the footage of that?"
Yeah, I'm trying to. It'll make a pretty good reel.
Trying to get a clip out of this.
I mean, it was very intense to hear, and I really did kind of want to ask him. I wish I had asked him what the rest of his night was planned.
I got to say, when you did your reenactment of it, I got to say you kind of nailed it because I knew it wasn't going to be anything fun.
No, it was dark.
I was like, "Oh, that sounds intense and bad."
Yeah, and I was like, what the fuck is that noise? 'Cause I was kind of sitting on the other side, and I thought the first wheeze, I thought it was like the lamest laugh.
Okay.
Like someone
The
like
drunk
really,
guy laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he was standing up and really like flailed his arms for a second.
Was he trying to get somewhere? Was he just hitting the panic button?
I think he was maybe trying to. Actually, I've heard someone said this last night. I've heard someone said this, and I don't know if they were just talking out of their ass, but they're like, a lot of times when people are choking, they'll run to the bathroom, and because they think they can
Oh, throw it up.
like throw it up. Yeah, but you really do need help. You can't get it out.
Oh my God.
So people will die in the bathroom. Like remember the person who died at Comedy Bar Nashville?
Oh yeah.
I think it actually was a
Every
choking
comic on
situation.
stage. Come on, dude.
There we go. That whole club, you mean? R.I.P.
R.I.P. One of the best clubs of all time.
Yeah, one of my favorites.
So you find them dead in the bathroom.
Because they'll
With
be
a
like, "Oh, this
steak
is
burrito in
embarrassing."
their mouth.
I
Yeah.
would maybe do the same thing.
That's what I'm saying. The urge to like be polite kicks in.
Yeah.
And you're not like, "Hey, save my life."
No.
You're like, "I'm kind of embarrassed."
I'm like, damn, Racine's doing 8 right now. I can't cause a scene.
Oh, he's doing new.
He's working on some
He's
new
doing
shit.
new.
I'm blowing it up.
I mean, that's crazy. That's like I'm not gonna name any names or any clubs or anything, but there was a man that like died in the audience,
Yeah.
almost died,
Almost died.
and
Heart attack.
And not to name any names or any clubs or anything. I'm certainly not gonna name anybody's name
No.
or the club that
It
they were at.
sounds like you're doing the lamest setup of a joke. I mean, we don't have to call him by name, but
But
then you say the
I
name.
did fly on Schmerit Airlines. But these people posted the clip of it
Yeah.
like 4 different times.
Yeah, and it was not a good clip.
It
It
was
was
not good.
just mid joke, and then guy dies in the audience, and then it was like, so dating's weird.
I mean, to try to get a pop off of that.
It's really low life.
You deserve a baseball bat to at least your kneecaps.
Yeah.
Make you reconsider next time.
While you're on stage.
Yes.
Because not head, because then you're not going to be able to riff.
No, you're not riffing out of a kneecap blow.
But a kneecap blow is kind of fun.
Dude,
on
that'd have been
stage.
sick if you'd have gotten some guys looking for your kneecaps outside of Providence after like a riff that didn't
Oh,
go
yeah.
well.
I was a little worried because it was a mob town.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
God, I want to go like just talk to people in a mob town.
Well, I also said this is a mob town on one of the shows.
Did it get quiet?
And it did get a little weird. It was like half laugh, and then some people I was like, Oh yeah, I can't just say that.
Yeah, it's not Riff City
Yeah.
on the Mafia.
Yeah. I'm like, I forgot that it's a real thing. It's not like guys playing dress up, going to a back room of a bar, being like, "Hey, Tony,
gabagool."
hey.
No, like they'll stab you right to death.
Exactly. It's like we own the police.
Like, oh my god, Tom. See, I think like
I'm
if-
gonna get this shit kicked out of me one day.
that's what I think the generation below it, because like we're just far away from like the real mob,
Yeah.
where it's a caricature to us. It's like a novelty to us. I think another one down. I think somebody's gonna go in there and hit the riff button a little too hard, and I think somebody's gonna hit the kneecap button.
Yeah, I would love to see it. I mean, that would go viral
They would get Kimmel after that.
for sure.
Comedian gets kneecapped on stage in Providence.
After saying "mob schnob," it's like the lamest riff of all time.
I'm not gonna say what's lame as hell, but it rhymes with Shnob. Immediately shot in the head by the fire marshal.
Air marshal blows his head off.
I mean, you can't riff about those things. That's like
It was, yeah. I mean, but it's like, sorry, I just interrupted you.
no. I was kind of hoping you had a thing.
Oh, okay,
Mine-
good, because I do. 'Cause-
Oh, thank Christ.
So the one of the guys that reacted kind of funny to it, but I appreciated it. It was the security guard at the club. They brought in like they bring in like this guy. He's like a hired private security, and the
Sal
first
from
night
Comedy Bar Chicago.
cut from the same cloth. His
Yeah, an
name's
old yes.
the thickest Rhode Island accent I've ever heard.
Yes.
I had never heard one before this weekend, so
Still counts.
but it was the thickest one I heard, and I mean this accent was thick as hell. And he's like we're in the green room. I'm here. He's standing right outside it, and I hear him like everyone who comes in the door. He's like hugging.
Hey, how you doing?
They all hey, whoa, what's up? You know, all this stuff. And I was like, how do you know everyone? And he was a cop in Providence for 30 years.
Boy.
And he's one of those guys that I'm like, you're 70 years old and you could snap my neck
For sure.
in a instant.
Also, he has $200,000 in cash in his mattress right now.
And a couple bodies under his
Yeah,
belt.
he could disappear anytime he needs to.
He was telling us about like working for another comedian, and they had a stalker situation where someone showed up, and he's like, I would have killed him.
Just matter of fact.
Instantly, yeah. And I was like, huh, okay.
And he said he wasn't like trying to get a rise out of you.
I don't think so, because he was a matter of fact guy.
I would have killed him.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. There are just people in the world
Terrifying.
that are so scary.
Yeah, this guy was so scary. So he was one of the ones that then I got quiet talking about the mob, because I was also like, cop for 30 years in a mob town.
Yeah, he's like, hey, Tommy, ta.
But yeah, exactly. But he was, I mean, he's one of the coolest people I've ever met. You ever meet this is why I brought it up. You ever meet a cool cop and you're kind of like, fuck.
But he was a cop 30 years ago when they were
No. He
heavily
recently
surveillanced
retired.
and way cooler.
Oh, that's true. Yeah. Heavily surveillance.
They didn't get away with anything 30 years ago.
Not in a town like that. I'll tell
He
you that
hadn't done
much.
anything fucked up in his life.
Yeah, dude. You don't go through your life saying, I would have killed that guy unless you've done some stuff.
That's a guy where I would love to give what's like the truth serum the CIA was giving, just acid. It was just LSD.
Ooh, and just
And just be like,
talk to him.
what's
Just
the
tell me some
most,
stories.
or like, what's a thing you've done that you thought maybe I went too far?
You don't think it's bad that I'm sharing this info, do you?
I would certainly doubt he listens to the pod.
He follows me on Instagram.
Well, let's just not clip this part up.
I think I might bleep his name too.
Yeah, maybe you should.
All
Maybe
right.
the town. Maybe the whole story.
We might have to cut that whole part.
He's killed 3 men in his life.
Exactly. I'm like, as I'm saying this, I was like,
Providence, Comedy
he's so
Connection.
Scary.
This is why we've never encountered real violence.
No.
You ever been around a guy that like they start getting a little bit and you're like, oh, this guy could kill anytime this guy wants, he could kill me.
Yeah, it happened to us in Nashville when we were hanging out with those Green Berets.
Oh God.
And they all had a darkness in their eyes, especially their leader.
Their leader was something I'll never forget in my life. But there are guys like that where like, cause you like to You like to tell yourself, like, I could probably take care of myself.
I'm fine. I got good street smarts.
I was
And then I'm in a mob-run city going...
Riffing on the fucking...
I'm like, how crazy is it that the mob is here? I'm like, raise your hand if you've committed grand larceny.
where are my racketeering guys at? Anybody up on a RICO charge? Where are my
Hell
RICO
yeah.
charge guys at?
Oh, fuck
See, like,
yeah.
that's I think my brain, if I'd have gotten onto that, like, riff train,
Yeah,
I think I'd have gotten myself in a little bit of trouble.
I was close.
Because, boy, I could
I was
really
sober,
say
too.
some
That was big.
Oh, that's enormous.
Yeah, it was huge.
Kind of got to stay sober at that
I
kind
had
of a
my wits
situation.
about me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you need to be like, all right, well, you need to clock the exits and be like, I need to run fast that way.
Yeah.
Where is my man? Well, I was going to say his name again. We got to bleep that.
Man, I had someone hit a better riff than me from the crowd. That it was kind of incredible. I like
Hey, I got a question.
yeah.
Did you say anything to the effect of, hey, don't be funnier than me when I'm on stage?
Of course.
Yeah.
Something along almost word for word. I think I was like, damn, that was really good. Please shut the fuck up and leave it to me.
Yeah, don't ever do that again.
And I
Anyway.
mean that's just an easy pop.
It's a fun
And then
one.
I was like, I am going to use that on the Late Show, and I will not give you credit. And then I did, and it got a big pop.
And then he just pulls up a little bit of his shirt and shows you the handle of a pistol.
The Glock he has on him.
You're like, oh, right, yeah. I keep forgetting where I'm at.
I'm like,
Shit.
right, Mob City.
Mob City. Keep thinking I'm in Raleigh. Keep thinking I'm in Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh God,
All right, so you got out of there alive. Thank God.
it was pretty great. Wait, did I have what else did I tell you to write
I don't
down?
know. Something. Hey, Tom, riddle me this.
Yeah.
So I think I was getting hit on the other night. I never get hit on by anybody.
Really? After
know
shows?
this. Please.
Yeah.
That's probably the least amount of times.
Maybe before shows.
They're like, oh, you seem funny. And after shows, they're like, I'm going to keep my distance from that man.
No, yeah, but you're not mean on stage anymore.
I think I'm a fun-loving guy on stage.
Yeah.
I mean, I can get there. My eyes can go a little black.
You go streaky.
Yeah.
You can get into a mean face.
Well, I can get into a really exasperated phase
Yeah.
where I'm just kind of like, I've just had enough of you.
Yeah, it's just kind of like, no,
Like, you fucking.
it's not time for this.
Where I'm supposed to, especially in a long set. If it's
Yeah.
a 10, 15 minute riffing, raffing, we're having a good time.
Yeah.
If you're annoying me for over 30, I mean, I'm like, I got nothing for you. I want you to die.
I was just looking for an old clip, and I saw Our Weekend in Michigan, and I was looking through a couple of those clips, and the show that I stole the 10 out of 10 audience interaction from you.
Right.
That one, for about 15 minutes in the middle of the set, I'm so visibly annoyed up there.
It's crazy.
And I'm telling jokes that I'm not supposed to be upset during. And I'm clearly there's one table that wouldn't shut up that whole show.
Yeah.
And it clearly messed with me.
Yeah.
And I'm telling these like happier jokes just with a frown on my face.
Boy, the words are happy.
But he looks like he's going to throw the microphone.
Boy, he's a really sad guy. Is he going to be sad the whole time? Dude, the first show of that weekend, I think I bombed my dick off.
I don't think that's true.
I think it. Well, because I remember getting off and you were standing right there, and I immediately was like, sorry about that.
Well, yeah, you're also a pretty harsh critic. yourself.
Fair.
You're not always like,
Hey.
look at me.
Hey, look at who's did a great job. Good job, Tim. God damn it. I am in dire need of antidepressants.
Wait, but you were... I thought you were going to say a good set.
I need Zoloft. I need an SSRI to pump through my veins, change my brain chemistry, something.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Man, maybe I should try that.
Oh, I saw
Wait,
Maddie
you got
Wiener
hit
the
on.
other night at CYSK. She goes, hey, I've been seeing your tweets, and then just started telling me about Zoloft.
Unrelated, have you ever considered antidepressants?
She goes, just doubled my dose, so maybe you should see a psychiatrist. Please, Tim.
Or therapist?
Isn't it the same thing?
I don't actually know.
Well, I think a psychiatrist can give you medicine. A psychologist gives you a pat on the back.
And a psychiatrist is that Neil from Santa Claus?
Neil from Santa Claus. I don't think so. I think it would have been. I don't think he would have been such easy cannon fodder if he was an actual
I think he is though.
Doctor.
No, but back in the 90s, they did not take psychiatrists seriously.
That's a good point.
I love. I mean, the banter between Tim Allen and that guy in the first Santa Claus.
That movie is.
It's
I mean,
stone cold.
That's a Christmas in July movie. Watch
Yes.
it any time of the year. It's hilarious.
I mean,
Santa coming down the street in a Panzer.
I just love the line of the kid going, Neil listens to me. And he goes, yeah. Then he charges you for it. I mean, it's like not a little kid joke. I love that movie as a kid.
It's chock full of those jokes.
Oh, it's killer.
It's really,
He goes,
Tim
yeah.
Allen is just.
That's why Johnson's secretary's sitting on his lap. I'm like, that's not, it's an adultery joke in the first scene of the movie. And it's a PG movie.
I mean, that movie is really Tim Allen. That guy can really deliver a fucking line.
You really can't. You know, it was supposed to be an adult movie first, and it was written by two comics.
No way.
So it was like much darker. Originally, he shoots him. He shoots Santa off the roof with a shotgun.
Incredible. Yeah. Holy Lord in heaven. Boy, I'm really glad they toned it down.
I know, because it's kind of perfect level.
It's right on, because that would have been a little like, oh, okay,
all right,
we're doing like a whatever.
Yeah, dark Christmas movie. Cool.
Yeah, but it's like a light Christmas movie with some real darkness in it.
Yeah,
which
dude.
I love that.
It's so
Santa
funny.
coming down a street in a Panzer. If you've never seen the movie, obviously go watch it. But if you just want to see a line get delivered with stone cold perfection, look that up on YouTube. He's sitting there. He's fat as fuck in the meeting. Yeah. He's trying to make a point about, because they're trying to do military Santa.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I might watch that tonight.
It's just the first 20 minutes of the movie. It's set up punchline the entire time.
The whole time.
My family and I all watched it, and it was one of those ones that we're all like, yeah, we know that movie front to back. But then we were kind of like, we haven't watched that in a long time. And we watched it like on the 23rd, and it was, I mean, we were like crying laughing.
Santa Claus is way up there as far as best Christmas movies of all time.
Really holds up. Anyways, sorry. I don't know how we got down that. Oh, psychiatrists.
I hate the psychiatrist.
Because he's a psychiatrist. I'm not going. That's Forgetting Sarah Marshall also holds up. I'm not going.
Now that's another underrated flick.
Is it underrated?
I think so.
Oh, wow.
I think that's a lot.
I watch it like once a week.
I think it's in there with like There's Something About Mary. I think that's just a criminally underrated movie.
Never seen it.
Boy, is it a hoot. You're going to like it a lot.
Boy, is it a hoot. What was that? Is it a hoot? Oh.
It's a hoot to us.
Right.
What were we talking about before? I don't know how we got on.
Oh, you got hit on.
I think I got hit on. So we're in the bathroom. We go to the left-hand path.
Yeah.
You were there.
I was. Oh, yeah. I was like, I've been there recently.
And you're like, wait, who was I with? Go down to the bathroom. You know how the bathroom is. It's just kind of the whole basement is the restroom.
I don't think I went to the bathroom there, but okay, yes.
Dang. Okay.
I got a fucking bladder.
Can you?
I don't know.
Boy, I think I have a growing problem.
You gotta.
Maybe my prostate needs to get checked.
Yeah.
I mean, I probably not. What, I pissed one time when I went to a bar, and I'm like, well, prostate's inflamed.
This is it. I guess I'm fucking dead.
So I go down. I'm going down, and there's a you turn the corner. You're just kind of in the restroom. There's no like door situation. It's just, and these Brooklyn kids, pee where you want.
Yeah.
Your dick is my vagina. It's all the same thing.
My dick is your vagina.
So, I mean, I don't give a hoot, but I turn the corner and a woman is right there.
Okay.
And I'm kind of like,
Going to the bathroom?
Yeah, well, like she's in. There's no door. There's no like little lobby.
There's no door on the stall?
No. I mean, like I'm.
Oh,
like,
she's just in the bathroom.
She's just in there.
Okay,
so
yeah.
my thought immediately is like, well, I'm obviously in the wrong place.
Right.
And you're doing the thing where where like
belt is undone.
Yeah, you're kind of working on it on the way in.
Yeah.
I didn't think I was
that's an
gonna
old
see
man move right there.
Right?
Yeah, that's a real old man move.
For some reason, I just assumed I would be alone. Well, I turn the corner. There's just this young woman, and I'm like, duh. And I was like, oh, am I in the right? She's like, no, like I don't think they care about that. It's fine. I was like, oh, great. And so I just go walking over to the stall, and she goes, you have a great haircut.
You have a great haircut?
Uh-huh. She goes,
She didn't say nice hair?
She just said, you have a great haircut. And I was like, oh, thanks. And she's like, yeah, like nobody has a good haircut. And I was like, okay.
You're like, I don't know if I'm with you on that premise.
Yeah, I was like,
but-
I've seen a couple of decent ones around.
yeah.
It's hard to like. You never see some. I've never seen somebody been like tough haircut.
Well, I think almost on the flip side, I rarely am like great haircut.
Haircut.
I'm like good hair. So
right. Well, I was like, I hit her.
I
was
guess
like,
you keep it pretty high and tight.
I keep it pretty in the pocket.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh, I know. I was like, the gray's not bothering you at all. And she goes, I didn't even notice the gray.
Oh, well, now she's just flat out lying to you.
Well, I'm like, so that's in my head. I'm like,
She's hitting
oh, so
on
she's
you, for
flirting
sure.
with me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you're gonna tell me a bald faced lie,
yeah.
you're flirting with me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, you know. And she goes, oh, and then she goes, well, come here. I can't. Is it natural?
Well, and this is all in the bathroom.
In the bathroom.
And your belt's undone.
My belt's undone. Tom,
Lizzie's in the other room.
I
dude.
know. I'm like, this chick's about to see the dinky. She keeps it up. So I'm like, yeah. And so she like comes up and looks at it closer, and then she starts like showing me her. She like got an undercut and started. She shaved her hair and all this stuff. And I was like, it's killer. And so like we're just standing there like telling her she has a cool haircut, and then she's just kind of looking at me for a second, and I pretty much did. I was like, well, see you later. And I walked in there and just started pissing, and then I could hear her, so she waited like 5-10 seconds and then left.
Ah.
And I was like, I think that girl was trying to get into trouble here.
Yeah, she was. She was looking for a little bathroom makeout. Wow.
I was like, I think her thing was like, next guy that comes down, I'm saying,
Good
you got a cool haircut.
I love a haircut.
Haircut.
It's so funny because you're almost like, that's more of a compliment for my barber.
Yeah, I was like, oh, sick. Yeah, I'll let him know. His name's Michael.
yeah.
He works at Black Rabbit.
He's a good dude.
But also, I'm not like really taking a risk with my haircut.
No, it's pretty. I mean, I'm not saying it's not good, but I would never see you and be like,
Ooh,
cool.
Shit, somebody
Cool
nailed
look,
that.
dude. Fuck, man.
Damn, did you get like a 2 on the sides and then just have them faded up and take a little off the top?
It's almost exactly what it is.
Holy shit. Looks like that took 14 minutes at Black Rabbit.
How often are you getting your haircut these days?
I mean, Chicago, I was twice a month.
That's insane.
I kept it a little too short for a while, I would say.
Well, I just think twice a month is, I mean, one, financially.
Oh, yeah, it was devastating financially.
It almost ruined my life.
I'm talking to my accountant, and he's like, you shouldn't have an accountant. I'm your dad.
Oh, my God. Oh, I've heard that joke 1,000,000 times.
But yeah, I was doing it. I was hitting it twice a month in Chicago, and then Tom, it's New York City.
Can't do twice a month
I'm
here.
I'm about once every 5 weeks now.
Okay.
A little over a month.
How much are you throwing? How many clams are we throwing?
I mean,
how many
it's
bones?
I'm sneaking out of there after tip for about 53.
That's almost 2 prawns.
Yeah, I would say almost
No, how
exactly.
many
No,
prawns
that'd
did
be
you
4 prawns.
It's 2 orders almost.
2 orders of prawns. Yeah.
Yeah, you were.
I mean, this is prawn money. I tried to pay him in prawns. He was pissed.
You got to stop trying to do that. They're old now too. These prawns smell bad.
I just slide him a hot sizzling plate of prawn.
And he's like, actually, yeah,
He's like,
this works.
Fuck yeah! Actually, this is a great deal.
Oh man.
But I'm in there. I'm getting the hair did But here's my big problem, Tom. I'm walking out of there for 53 clams.
Yeah.
It's a very simple haircut. But sometimes I'm in there from the moment I walk in and take my jacket off to the moment my jacket is back on and I'm outside, 15 minutes?
Yeah, it doesn't feel. 53 clams feels heavy for that.
I mean, put some time and effort, even if you're pretending.
Yeah, like play around for a little bit.
Play around for a little bit, spin me around in the chair several times. I
Yeah.
don't know, 15 minutes?
I loved my Chicago hairdresser, Lisa Overwater's one of Daryl's best friends.
Shout out Lisa.
But she moved, so did I. But I'm like, she moved, that bitch.
Yeah, she completely fucked me.
Don't
You
live
moved
in
before
Chicago.
her?
I
Yeah.
did. But She like it was such a relaxing experience, and she kind of like massages your head and does the whole hair wash. And,
Absolutely love getting my hair cut.
oh man, it was really a great experience. And then I went to this place in LA, and it was this Eastern European woman who grabbed me by the hair, threw me back, and cut it with a fucking buzzsaw. And I was like, this isn't fun.
Like, no, whoa, you're supposed to be delicate and nice to me.
It was so not relaxing. You need a relaxing haircut. I would pay double, I think, for just a longer massage or shampoo.
You're an every 4-month guy?
Sometimes I'm about to let it go.
Go? What do you mean go?
I'm going another like 3 or 4 months at least from now, and I haven't gotten a cut in about 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, I feel like you were that length a little while ago.
Yeah, it hasn't been for about a year.
A year? You're letting it go a year?
No. Like it hasn't been as long as I wanted to get. Like
oh.
about a year ago, I had it pretty long, and I want to get back to that.
What are you're looking at $100 haircut?
No, well, in LA it was like 85.
Including tip?
My person here, it's $150 haircut. She gives it to me 50% off, 75.
Why do you get that deal?
She's a friend of a bunch of comics.
Comic friend, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'd love a 50% off
She just
haircut.
moved too, actually.
Fuck!
to England. So now I have a London hairdresser.
Now you got the London
which
connect.
is great. Yeah.
Honestly, that's kind of a sick move the next time you're in
Just
London.
have
They're
a-
like, oh, where are you getting a cut? You're like, I got a person.
I got a girl. Yeah, she's awesome. Isabel. Shout out Isabel. That's another one. Very relaxing, good experience. We got some decent like bits running back and forth too.
Are you chatting the whole time?
No, only if I really enjoy your company.
Right. Well, thank God. I mean, some of these guys, I'm like, hey, I'm not really hitting the ball back here.
Yeah. Pick up on this.
Like, honestly, this conversation's kind of hit me in the ball bag. You know what I'm saying, Tom?
You're not returning one of these serves. They're
Come
all
on.
just hitting you directly in
Right.
the nuts. I'm like, how is that? Where you're just viscerally reacting to all of these? Just
Every conversation starter has hit me directly in the dick and balls.
ding, 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 dick and balls. That's a free hot dog. Go to patreon.com/
Love and
balls
life.
dick or love and life.
Wait, who told you your family doesn't love that riff?
Really?
Did you tell me that?
Fuck. No, I don't know.
Somebody told you they were like, hey, you got to cut out some of those riffs that I wouldn't understand if I first tuned in.
Oh yeah, a few people have said that. Like, yeah, like if you didn't listen from the beginning, why is dick and balls ding 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 free hot dog?
These are things you got to know.
See, if you're wondering if you've joined in recently and you haven't listened from the beginning, go back.
Maybe, I don't know, go listen to all of them.
But I guess we could do a quick refresher on the bits.
Okay,
Patreon.com / Love and Life is a fake Patreon website. Patreon, if you're not aware of what that is a paywall for more content. We don't have one because we want to give it to you guys for free.
Patreon is going through their information, the analytics, and they're like, I mean, these guys are just leaving money on the table.
Yeah, I do want to. If you well, that was the deal we made with people. If you've ever gone to patreon.com / Love and Life, you have to Venmo us at least $5.
At least
a quarter prawn.
give me some haircut money.
All right, give us one haircut. Shave and a haircut, 2 bits.
Give me $53. Actually, I'd rather 4 prawns. Those prawns were fire.
Send us a couple prawns.
You know what? We had some prawninos at the place the other night where we went for our anniversary.
Oh, I thought you were referring to me. I was like, we've never gone out to dinner.
Never eaten shrimp with you, ever. Have we never gone out to dinner?
I don't know. No, we've gone to Tango, sir.
That counts.
Yeah, it does.
That absolutely counts.
I don't know why I said it like it was not.
We've been to dinner
we only had
one
like
time.
a great steak dinner. I don't think we've really eaten much dinner together.
I mean, that's weird and wild stuff.
We've gotten food.
That's not the same.
No, but we've not gone to like a nice restaurant very often.
We should probably, next time you're in town, why don't we go get some food?
I don't know, because I don't like spending money.
Well, sure, Tom.
So
Nobody likes spending money.
That's kind of it.
But we got to go to a dinner. What if one of us dies tomorrow?
Yeah. What if you choke on a steak taco?
Man, steak tacos are taking out
Do you think I
60-year-old guys left and right.
Yeah, I know. You're next.
That was the joke.
Yeah, I know. Sorry, I was just kind of still doing that.
Tom's a little slow today.
Do you think I can get a bit out of that?
God damn it.
Instantly on stage, that's what I start talking about. I'm like, hey, someone grab my notebook.
Let me see. Can you? He's like on the floor convulsing. You're like, can you just hand me my notebooks right there?
Oh, dude, wait. Do you ever have this happen to you? Has this ever happened to you? Also, that's a recurring bit. That's from I Think You Should Leave. And if you've never seen that, stop listening to the podcast until you do, because you will pick up on way more references.
Way more shit. Go ahead.
I got too much shit on me. I don't even want to be here. I was on stage. So I have this bit that is just not good, and I can't.
Which
figure
one?
out-
Hello.
There it is.
Hello.
I think I might have pitched it on the pod, but just about how we had a milk machine growing up. We had in my
That's
house.
a cow.
No, we had a milk
Hello.
machine. Jesus Christ.
Come
milk
on.
machine. That's what I call my neighbor.
Are you talking about my ex-girlfriend?
Seen those things? That's a milk machine right there. A milk machine is such a funny way to refer to a large rack. Damn. No, I don't know what the right term is, but it's like cafeteria milk dispenser.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Lift
I always
up the
got
lever.
No.
Like
always got
cafeteria.
my milk in a carton or a bag.
Cafeteria.
No, I know what cafeteria means, but I never got it in a...
Cereal. Milk.
It's the shit you put on cereal, Tim.
No, but in a cafeteria, you never saw the milk machines?
Like for a soft drink where you're getting milk out of there?
Kinda, yeah. It's like a big metal fridge with a lever, and you pull the lever up, and it comes out of a little nipple.
I've never seen or heard of this in my life. And honestly, dare I say, this sounds off-putting.
I'm weirding people out with this premise left and right.
I really hate the idea of like all you can drink milk.
That was my whole childhood. I drank so much milk.
So was I, but it was out of a gallon.
Oh, yeah,
or it was
no.
out
We got
of a
5 gallons
bag.
delivered every Monday. It was a bag that they put into the little milk machine. Tim the milkman came every Monday.
Whoa, so you had an at-home milk machine.
Yes.
Okay, so that's even weirder.
That's how you know have to. I mean, yeah, it's you have too many kids. Once you have to do that.
We were an abnormal milk drinking family as well.
Yeah, you were.
It was
you were
gallons
crushing
and
it.
gallons and gallons of milk
Yeah.
every single week.
Yeah. First off, I'm getting shit for that. So this is what happened.
we were
is I have a
milkers.
couple lines that are about C- lines for this
Sure.
bit, but the comic before me on stage mentioned drinking milk, and someone in the audience got weird about it. So I got up there and I was like, "Was it weird to drink milk as a kid?" And everyone's like, "Yeah." And then it appeared that it was riffs. You know, when you kind of have like a D+ bit as an apparent riff.
Oh, right.
Is all of a sudden A+ material.
Right,
I mean, I'm
right,
like
right,
leveling the room.
Right.
with this.
You know, it'd be a fun little riff if you can do if it's not working out very well. You can just be like, yeah, this one works about 2% of the time.
There it is. Yes. Oh, I'm absolutely taking that. I'm gonna shoehorn that into my act tonight. Oh my god.
But
yeah.
that is so dumb.
And just like really smile at the crowd. Really be pleased with myself.
That's one you kind of have to do a little curtsy and take your hat off after.
God, that milk's. I mean, that bit is a little. There's a little much. Let's skim this one down. Oh my god.
Oh, no, I'm
Sorry.
not going to skim it down. I'm going to give you the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm really milking this one.
Please try to do the 2% line.
I'm gonna try it. I'm absolutely gonna try it. Cause what happened was on so I did 2 shows last night. Last night on the first one that happened, and the girl who is arguing with me about milk has wrists that are like legitimately like I could break them with a swift kick real quick.
Right.
Snap right in half. So that's an easy. I'm like, well, yeah, you got the look at your
clearly never
fucking
had milk
wrists.
in
You've
your-
never
yeah.
drank milk in your life. It's like crushing. And then I have a couple really bad lines when it's a setup punchline joke. But as a riff, they were crushing. And then the second show, I'm like, hey, is it weird to drink milk? And no one says anything. I'm like, look at your fucking wrists.
Everybody's
it's
like,
just
that's a
bombing.
perfectly fine wrist. What are you talking about?
Dude, afterwards I had a friend at the show. She's like, well, the milk thing was kind of weird. She said something about the milk bit, and I was like, yeah, I know. I know what I was doing.
She's like, also that girl you pointed to is a friend of mine, and those are like cut marks on her wrists.
Yeah, I'm like, look at those fucking dumb
Look at those
wrists.
fucked up wrists. Everybody's like, no, that's self-harm.
Oh,
Tom.
God. It was so funny. I just love trying to recreate the magic. Is really a.
You're kind of a
thing.
repeat offender
Oh, I love
of
trying
recreating
to
the
do
magic.
that. Yeah, because when it works, it's amazing.
It is. Well, it only really works in the moment.
I know, but I have recreated a few where you feel like a real
riff master.
a real puppet master.
Yeah.
Because you're like,
well, you didn't
you
even know.
you just hook, line, and sinker took that one.
The
Huh?
hook, line, and stinker. It give me. I really this 2% line
I'm gonna try it
is
tonight.
going to go to uproarious applause, or someone will somehow hit you with a snowball.
Full gallon of milk gets hummed at me on stage.
You duck it and just chug it.
Get Kimmel next week. Air Marshal blows my head off.
Young white man gets gallon of milk thrown at him on stage. It's like way less compelling of a headline.
Yeah, it was like didn't really make it to the stage either. I had to like run down and grab it.
It just kind of glug glug.
And I'm like,
glugs
did
on
you guys
stage.
see that? I barely missed my head.
Somebody has to shot put it onto the stage. You can't really hum it. It kind of has a little bit of an arc to it.
A lot of art. Oh yeah.
God damn it.
Well, we can probably close on that.
Yeah, that's a good
That's
place
an
to
hour on the
close.
dot.
Milk, that was a good little spot.
It works 2% of the time. I'm doing it tonight. Okay.
All
This is
right,
going to
what's
come out in
this-
a few weeks,
Yeah,
so I
so-
don't know. If
so-
it's before February 3rd and 4th, come see me in Austin, Texas. And then, I don't know.
It won't be before that. Come see me in Boston. I'll be there all 3rd and 4th. And
Same weekend.
yeah.
Oh, that's fun. The boys
the
are going to be
boys
get
are
a
on the
couple
road.
stories from the road.
Boys are on the road, riffing and raffing. All right, tell a friend. Give us another like on Spotify. But hey,
And send us a 0 of the week.
we didn't even do a 0 of the
I
week.
didn't really have one.
Everybody's been a hero in my life recently.
Yeah, maybe the guy who choked on the tacos because he kind of fucked up Mike Racine's set.
Yeah.
0 of
how
the week right
dare
there.
you?
Yeah.
All right, we love you.
All right, bye.
He married my sister, now we're living together. We're roommates.